Hello, everyone. I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. Yep. Last we left off, we did the painted world of Ariamis. Yep. So we basically cleared out of just about everything. So yeah, started at the bonfire, fought through some hollows, through the little ruined ruined buildings, yeah, with some more hollows, some bloated hollows that if you don't kill them with fire, they kind of burst into a toxic mist, which does inflict a ton of toxic. So if you don't have enough, like poison resist, you're gonna get you're gonna get toxic. But we did use our fire battle axes and pyromancy, so we were pretty good. Just kind of followed, try to get through every nook and cranny we could. Encountered the crow demons. I think the game calls them crow demons, but Corvians, crow people, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they're basically followers of Vilka. Yeah, there's actually quite a few of them. They are pretty strong. They do have an annoying grab attack, which is not too bad to dodge. I mean, it takes a long wind up, but if they do grab you, it is pretty. It probably will kill you if you don't have enough health. Let's see. Picked up some old soul items, humanity, an egg vermifuge. Trying to think. Encountered another undead dragon. I think it was the second undead dragon in the game. I think it might have been the last one. I don't remember how many there are. I want to say there was only two. The one in the Valley of Drakes and the one in the Painted World. So I think there's only two. There's a lot of, dragon butts. The back end with the legs. There's a whole bunch of those in Izalith, but actual, head and claws and wings, I think there's only two. So, yep, we beat him up. Yeah, kind of sat at range. Yeah, well, he doesn't move and he doesn't have any way to retaliate, so it's like, might as well sit on the stairs and pluck him with arrows. Defeated him. He drops a dragon scale. He was guarding I think a soul item and the blood shield. Very interesting shield. Increases all your base resistances by half. Your bleed, your poison, and your curse resistance by half. Plus 50%. Just the base. No armor included. Just your natural resistances. So, still pretty good. And at the end of that little bridge section, there was, the dragon butt. You can get it to stand if you do a jump attack, which does gain access to the shortcut, which you could, just run towards Priscilla at that point and just, bypass everything. But we didn't do that. No, we just continued exploring. Let's see. Yep, opened up the shortcut in the courtyard, dealt with phalanx, explored the execution ground, where I did forget an item. Yes, there was an item. I always forget about it too. It's like when you enter the execution ground, you head to the right behind like the little stair railing case thing. There's a corpse with the acid spray mist. Yeah, so I went back and picked it up. Yeah, the acid surge. Yeah, this is the pyromancy in that little execution ground where you fight King Jeremiah. Four into the Great Swamp, emit acid which corrodes weapon and armor. Not all pyromancy originates in the Great Swamp. One hears rumors of unknown pyromancers inhabiting various lands, and this spell is the work of one such outlander. So, basically damages enemy equipment. More useful in PvP than anything else, but so I did go back and get that. There's a bunch of soul items in the execution ground, and then we were invaded by King Jeremiah. A foreign pyromancer, probably. He basically a reference to Demon Souls, the old monk fight. We did get our butt kicked in the first encounter. Yeah, I got caught by his Chaos Storm, and it's a one-hit kill at our health level. But we did go back. We did destroy him the second time. with a backstab and some pokes and swipes. So we give it what we got. He does drop the notched whip, which I probably won't be using. And then after that, we explored the underground in the Painted World. A very nerve-wracking part, because it is full of bone wheel skeletons. Yep. But down there is the mechanism that opens up the doorway to the bridge to Priscilla. So if you don't want to do this shortcut through the dragon butt, you gotta go down there to open the door. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of, again, a whole bunch of bone wheel skeletons. So, yeah. Definitely recommend having an upgraded great shield and some stamina, and you'll just probably tank through their whole attack chain. But we didn't have that. All we had is an iron shield and a bit of stamina. So we got lucky and kind of lured them into a place where we can kind of sidestep their attack and hit them with a great combustion. So take them out one at a time. There's a soul item down there. I think there's another two soul items in that little room. Unlocked the door, went through the little narrow passageways, through the hidden wall, where there was the annex key, as well as a secretish room with a passive blue guy, where if you kill him, you get the fire surge pyromancy, like a little flamethrower from your hand. It's okay. I mean, because each ticket damage consumes one thing of use. You burn through all your spell usage in like a few seconds. So it's not that good, but it can do some good damage if you have enough buffs to it. But after finding those two things, we were done with the underground, went back up through the annex. We fought some more bloated hollows, some more crow people, but we found Felko's rapier, a very interesting occult rapier. The partner set, that's the set that's used by Oswald. And then we found the Dark Ember, which I haven't given to Andre yet. We'll do that eventually. It basically allows you to ascend your divine weapons to occult. Probably be pretty useful in the Anor Londo here, because a lot of servants of the gods are down here, so an occult weapon should probably be pretty good. And the last thing we found in the annex was the miracle Vow of Silence, which prevents spell usage in an area around you. So it can be useful, particularly in PvP. It might work on Gwendolyn. I'm not too sure. I haven't tried it, but it might. Who knows? Definitely worth a try. But it does take, like, I think 30 faith to use, so not going to be using this playthrough. Nope. What else did we find? We also found the painted guarding set in a chest in there. And then after that, we went down the bridge, through the hollows, through the Night Baronique, and fought or encountered Priscilla, the dragon crossbreed. She's not hostile at first, so you can avoid fighting her if you want. But we didn't, because we want her tail cut and her soul. So we did fight her. I used force to break her poise to undo her visibility. There are other ways to do it, but I find that one's probably the easiest, just because force is an AoE around you. So even if she gets behind you, you can still hit her. And it also doesn't take much faith. I think it only takes like 12 faith. Yeah, it only takes 12 faith, and its poise damage is regardless of your talisman scaling. So just about anybody can use it. So we unvisibled her, whacked her tail till it got cut to grab Priscilla's dagger, and then we proceeded to beat her up. It was a little touch and go near the end. I kind of lost her there for a second, and she kept wailing on me. So yeah, not a good time, but we did make it. We did beat her, did get her soul. And just beyond her was King Jeremiah's corpse with the Xanthus set. And then we jumped out. Yep. And we left the painting. It landed us right in front of the painting in the I think Guinevere's Cathedral, or I think it's where it's at. Homeward bound back to the bonfire. talked a little bit to the Dark Moon Nidus, and I think that was it. I think that's all we did. Yep, the Painted World. Yep. And then between episodes, I went back into the Painted World to farm the Souvenirs of Reprisals. Yep. I do have 10. Yep. Didn't take very long, not with the 10 Humanity and the Gold Covetous Ring. They dropped from the Crow Demons. So basically, I just started the bonfire, run through the courtyard, took care of the Phalanx, through the Blood People up to where the Vow of Silence was, where there were 4 Crow Demons would be at. Yeah, you can lure one of them. One of them will come after you once they spot you up on the stairs. You can lure the second one with the bow, and then once you go up, 2 of them will fly down, and you just quickly Great Combustion them. And then I homeward bone back, rinse and repeat. Yep, until I got all my souvenirs that I needed. Yeah, it's also a decent farming spot. The Phalanx gives you about 7,000 souls. The Hollows give you like 400 apiece. The Crow Demons give you 1,000 apiece. So we got some good monies from just getting the souvenirs. Yep. And on my way back into the Painted World, was lucky enough. The Painting Guardians were kind enough to drop their weapon, so I do have Painting Guardian swords. Yeah, they're considered cursed swords. Yeah, Guardians who strike down those who dare threaten the paintings. Attacking a continuous circular dance motion, a technique passed down through generations. Yep, unique shape with a flat tip. Yeah, it is considered a cursed sword, even though it's as big as a dagger, so... Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so I did get my souvenirs, a whole bunch of souls, and then I came back out to Anor Londo, and I farmed the Royal Sentinels by the Anor Londo bonfire over there by the Nidus. Yep. So with all that, I do have a few of the Giants' weapons. They do drop their halberds, as you can see. And they drop their shields. Yep, great shields. And then with all the souls we gathered, I did boost up my levels quite a bit. I got 25 vitality, 20 endurance, up my dexterity to 30, up my intelligence to 20, and up my faith to 18. Yeah, faith to 18 just so I can use homeward. It's just a convenient thing. Just so I don't have to go running back to get homeward bones. Save a little bit on souls. Yeah, starting increasing our intelligence, our dexterity, vitality, endurance. Yep. So we are looking pretty good so far. Not quite where I want it, but I'll have to do for now. And that was it. That's all I did between episodes. Gather souvenirs, farm some souls. That was it. And for today, we are going to do the rest of Anor Londo. Basically, Gwyn's keep that's right above us. Except Ornstein and Smough. I'm going to do them separately in the next episode just because there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be doing. So, yeah. So for today, it's just going to be the rest of Anor Londo. Yeah. Or at least Gwyn's keep here. Yep. Yeah, we'll encounter Batwing Demons, Silver Knights, Solaire should be here, Sigmar should be here, the Giant Blacksmith's here. A bunch of good stuff in here. You have a bunch of good stuff. And our equipment for today. This is just to start with. The rings will probably change once we get into the keep. Weapons might change depending on how much damage we do. But we'll start off with our enchanted Boulder Side Sword. +4. Our Bow of Ferris, Iron Shield, Catalyst, and our Thief's Mask, Xanthus Overcoat, Sorcerer Gauntlets, and Boots of the Explorer. Yes, I did go back down to Donald, bought the armors he had available, and fed some items to Frampt. So I do have Donald's set as well as the Iron Golem set. So that's why we have the Boots of Explorers. So I got the Havel's Ring, and with our current setup, Havel's Ring will allow us to fast roll, which is why I also have the Dark Wood Grain Ring, just to have, better invincibility and cool animations. So this is just what we're going to start with. This will change depending on the situation. And here's the stats. Again, I boosted my soul levels. We have 2 copies of Great Soul Arrow and Great Magic Weapon and the spell Hush. I wasn't quite sure what to put on our last slot, so I just decided Hush. Just cause. Who knows? Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Alright. Shall we get started after this long-winded crap? Alright, let's just go. First things first, we're going to actually turn in our souvenirs to Gwendolyn. So once we rank up in the Covenant, we'll get another talisman and a miracle. So.
Welcome back, Blade of the Dark Moon. If mine power be needed, I shall assist thee.
Oh yes, this is another quality of life the remastered gave us. The original one, you had to get them one at a time. I kid you not, it was one at a time. But now we can get all 10 at once. And we ranked up, we get the Blade, Dark Moon Blade Miracle, and Dark Moon Talisman. Okay. So now we should be +1. Raking up further just further empowers the Dark Moon Blade. So it's not worth it. I mean, it's more powerful, but it's a bit more of a hassle to get all 80 souvenirs to get to the rank 3. So it's like, eh. But we also got Dark Moon Blade. Yep. Miracle granted to those bound by covenant to Gwendolyn, Lord Gwyn's lastborn. Boost right weapon with rays of Dark Moon. The power of the rays of the Dark Moon are manifested in vengeance. And the deeper the animus, the more devastating the attack. Yep. Does require 30 faith, and it's only 1 use. So you got to be very particular when you use it. Yeah. You can also only use it when you're in the Covenant. If you're not in the Covenant, you can't use it. You can still keep it, you can still equip it, but you can't use it. So if you want to use it, you got to be in the Dark Moon Covenant. I think it's the same thing with the talisman. Let's see. Yep. It's actually the best talisman in the game at high faith levels. So, medium for casting mirrors of the gods, granted to Dark Moon Blade Knights. Adherence to the covenant of the Dark Sun Gwendolyn. This talisman demands dutiful faith from its owner, but has a very high miracle adjustment. Yep. It requires 24 faith to use. Yeah, but again, it is probably the best talisman in the game if you're going faith. I mean, if you're going intelligence, Velka's better, but yeah. But again, I think you can only use it if you're in the Covenant. So if you want to use the talisman and the miracle, you gotta be in the Covenant. All right. Now should we get going to the keep? 20 minutes in? I think so. Yeah, keep is actually a pretty big place. Well, it's not that big, but there are a few interactions which will take time. Yep. Yeah, there's the Solare's in here, Siegmeyer's in here. There's a couple of mimics, a bunch of Silver Knights, Royal Sentinels, again, some Batwing Demons, as well as Royal Sentinels. Alright, here we go. Probably should put on Hidden Body. Yep, there's our Dark Wood Grain Ring. You got big steps and you got little steps. Little steps for the people, big steps for the giants. Right. Can we aggro one at a time? I think we can. Okay. Yeah, that's the damage I want. go. Yeah, the side sword's R2 is very, very powerful. Oop. Get your stamina back. Stop hopping around. There we go. That's what I like to see. This does not open from the side. And the Batwing demons up here are hostile, unlike the guy back there. These ones are hostile. I don't think I can, but I'm going to try. Oh. Okay, so it's finicky. I figured that was going to hit us. Ah. Yeah, you can't shoot through the bars here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, these guys can drop their weapons. Their little demon spear things. I was fully expecting for this thing to be solid, completely solid, but they might have adjusted that in the remastered, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so that door doesn't open from the side. This one's probably locked by some contraption. Very ornate architecture. This is not a door at all, it's just sealed. That's what I was expecting. But nope. Yeah, if you hit them quick enough, you can get them to fall down. Go. We're doing okay. Our damage is okay. Ah. Just knock them off. No items. Can we see them? Okay, no, we can't. Alright. Okay, I think the item I was thinking about is on the other side. Alright. Wow. Oh! There's usually a barrier there that keeps you that keeps you from getting hit, but I think I'm on a different buttress. Well, for one, he shot through the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, Anor archers. Yep. Very infamous pair in the early life of Dark Souls. Yeah. I'm gonna get hidden body. I wasn't sure what I wanted, but yeah, he spotted us through the wall, and then he attacked us through the wall. Either the buttress little siding there doesn't have a hitbox, or he weaved it through the little thing. Yeah. I was fully expecting it to be like to hit a hitbox or something and not hit us, but nope. Alright, so I'll run back and I'll see you there. Alright, shall we try that again? This time I'll actually use Hidden Body to kind of not aggro them, because you can't see him, but he can see us apparently. Alright. Just gonna run down here. Out of range. Ow. Come on. Okay. All right, get into the corner. Yeah. That's why. This is the maximum range of those guys, right here. You little bastard, yeah. They have very long aggro range, so unless you're using the Ring of Fog or Hidden Body, they're gonna spot you. Yep, as we saw earlier. But if you stuff yourself in this corner, this is their maximum range. And if we angle ourselves right, we can actually do this. Let's see, right here. Oh, too far. We need to see a little, there we go, that's what we want to see. Now, make sure you have your poison arrows. Just hit him, I think, 3 times, oh, 2 times. Nice. Yep. Although the arrow didn't do any damage, it still inflicted poison on them. So you can actually poison them from outside their range. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to sit here and poison them. So I'll see you when we get back, because it's going to take a while. Forgot to unmute my mic there. As I said, it was one infliction of poison is enough to kill these guys. Poisoning them is the safest method to handle these guys. It does take the longest though. If you have enough stamina, you can just like run all the way up there. Yeah, if you sprint up the buttress, you'll move faster than they can hit you. Angle this right. I don't think I had enough stamina for that. And there we go. We hit him. So yeah, one other strategy is just to kind of run up the buttress, run towards this guy, this archer here, have him switch to melee, back off a bit, and he'll probably throw himself off the ledge here. Yeah, I guess it's pretty tight up there, and he is prone to attacking off the ledge. That's the quickest method to do it, but I find that it's pretty risky. I'm not good at it. So I like to sit back here, poison them, and just wait. Yeah. Mhm. Again, it's the longest method, but it's the surest way to get past them. So I'll see you when this guy's poisoned to death. There he goes. Archer number 2. Yep. There's only 2 of them, so that's nice. Yep. An infamous duo. Yep, a lot of people die trying to get past this, mainly because they shoot great arrows. And if you block a great arrow, you're starting to get knocked back. And considering how small these buttresses are, you're gonna get knocked off if you get hit, even if you block. Yeah, as you saw, I think this one is the one that that blocks their arrows. So this one's pretty safe to come up. It's this one up here that's the real one. Yep. You can actually see through the window. Yep. You can see a bonfire, and hey, you can actually see Solaire at the bonfire. Come down here. It should be a soul item. I think it's a brave soul or large brave soul. Oh, soul of a hero. Yep, that's 10 grand right there. All I gotta do is just round here, jump off onto the balcony, and we should be good. There we go. Entering Gwyn's Keep. Yeah. The game still considers it Anno Londo, but I call it Gwyn's Keep. Yeah. Okay, through this door, and hey! Bonfire. Mr. Solaire. What's up, man? Alright. Solaire?
Oh, there you are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there. Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you.
Oh, Solaire. We will summon you every time we get. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I wanted to talk.
You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh no, dear me. Pretend you didn't hear that.
Oh, Solaire, you big flirt. We all love you. There's not enough. If there's enough of you to go around, though.
You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better. Oh no. You really?
Really? I thought you had a bit more than that, but all right. Use another humanity. We'll kindle this one to max. This is the only bonfire in the keep, so definitely kindle this one to max. Besides, I like my tasty Estus. Can't have enough. There you go. There you go, Solaire. Nice and toasty. I just have a habit of repairing every time I have a bonfire. Alright, so now we're going to slap on the Hornet Ring. Alright. Because I plan on pairing these Silver Knights even though I am out of practice. So we'll probably get whaled a few times. Alright, Solaire.
You really are. If I didn't know. Oh no.
Alright. Okay. So that way forward, but room. There should be a silver knight. Yep. This one has a spear. Spears are a bit more tricky to parry, as I get it on the first try. Really. Excellent, excellent. Chain curled away. We got 3 sunlight medals. 9. Oh. If we can summon Soleil for Ornstein and Smough and keep him alive. Yeah. Then we'll get a 10th one. And we'll have enough to upgrade our Sunbro Covenant. And here's another Silver Knight. He's got his sword. Oop, way too soon. There we go. I want your weapon. Give me your weapon. Bah. Yep. Yeah, these guys can drop their weapon in their shields. One of the best weapons in the game, or one of the best straight swords in my opinion, and the best medium shield in the game. That I will not second guess. Does not open. Yeah, that deep breathing is the Titanite demon upstairs. Oh, you can see a little dark stairs down. It's probably quite a bit to this room, but there's no way, which means, yep, illusory wall. Yeah, this kind of tells you that there's more to that room than meets the eye. But it is pretty dark down here. To just be, yep. Chain curled towards us. That's a mimic. We'll deal with you last. Just want to make sure there's nothing else in here. It's a big room with only a few chests. Okay, let's open the chests. We have Havel's gauntlets and leggings. Havel's helmet and armor. The Havel set. Havel's great shield. And the dragon tooth. A lot of good stuff in here. A lot of good stuff. Yep. Havel's armor. One of the best armors in the game. You cannot upgrade it, which keeps it from being the best, but it is a very solid set. Very heavy, but a lot of durability. Yep. Worn by Havel the Rock's warriors. So not just Havel the Rock himself, but his warriors. Carved from solid rock, its tremendous weight is matched only by the defense it provides. Havel's warriors never flinched nor retreated from battle. Those unfortunate enough to face them were inevitably beaten to a pulp. Yep. Yeah, again, a ton of poise, ton of physical defense, good bleed defense. It has curse resistant on it as well, but very low poison. So, yeah, I do like the gauntlets though. Although they're 11. I could put them on, but then we'll medium roll. But also got his great shield. Great shield of legendary Havel the Rock. So this one basically says Havel the Rock. So his armor is for his warriors, but his shield's for himself. Okay. Cut straight from a great slab of stone. This great shield is imbued with the magic of Havel. Provides strong defense and is incredibly heavy. A true divine heirloom on par with the dragon tooth. Yep. Imbued with the magic of Havel. Havel is a sorcerer of sorts. Yep. Created from an everlasting dragon tooth. The legendary great hammer of Havel the Rock. The dragon tooth will never break. That is, it is harder than stone, and it grants its wielder resistance to magic and flame. Yeah, it does provide a little bit of magic and fire resistance. Yep. Very heavy. Well, not really heavy. Well, actually, it is pretty heavy for a weapon. But big bonk stick. All right. Mimic. Yeah, we'll put you to sleep. I should have gotten some more talismans. And he has the occult club. There we go. All right. Yep. Dark room and behind a hidden wall in Anor Londo that has the occult club, which does extra damage to the gods. I think someone held a grudge. Yep. Other than the occult, it's a basic club. But I guess there was a plot against the gods. By who? I don't know. Maybe Havel, maybe Velka, because we did find the Dark Ember in the Aurealis, and you need the Dark Ember in order to create occult weapons. And considering this Havel set down there, maybe he was involved? Who knows? Who knows? Alright, so let's go up the stairs. Where is it? Oh, right here, yeah. This is a shortcut. You can actually jump off this. You can jump off this to get over here to bypass basically all of the keep. If I can actually do it. I mean, I don't usually do it, but there we go. Yep, just like that. And that's the shortcut. Or this is the shortcut. This leads you to the room that you couldn't open from the side. So we'll just open it now. Yeah. Silver Knights. Yeah, finding these guys on stairs is not very fun. Not too soon. They have some delayed attacks, and you know me about delayed attacks. So this is the door that has to be opened from this side. So now we have the shortcut opened. But we'll do the rest of the keep. But we'll just grab these items. Yep. Both chains curled away. Silver Knight helm and armor. And this should have the gauntlets and greaves. Yep. Silver Knight gauntlets and leggings. Whole bunch of drake heads, including some really big ones up there. Silver Knights are dragon hunters, probably. Alright, should be... Where are you, Silver Knight? There you are. Yeah. Pretty solid armor set. I do like it. Although I don't think the cape is animated. Let me just check. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't flap in the wind. So yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh, nope, we gotta wait till Dark Souls 3 to get that." But anyway, I tend not to use the chest piece anyway. Yep. Knights who protect Anor Londo. When Lord Gwyn departed to link the fire, its knights split into two groups. The Silver Knights remained in the Forsaken Capital in the service of their goddess. Yep. The other group's the Black Knights who wander Lordran or go to fight the demons. I'm not quite sure which one's which, but... Alright. Let's go back out, go the quote-quote normal way. This is going to be a very long episode, I can tell you right now. Alright. Check. This door should be open. Another Silver Knight. And there's Mr. Titanite Demon. He's probably going to be the hardest Titanite Demon we're going to fight, just because of the little room he's locked in. Yep. Very tight corridor. He has really big swings. Yep. And he's also pretty powerful. He's on par with the two stronger ones in Sen's Fortress. So yeah, he's probably going to kill us. I should probably have my pyromancies for him. Soul of a Hero? Yeah. Yeah, I might go back and put on my pyromancies if we're going to fight him. Yeah. Nothing up here. Just kind of shows you the two Silver Knights and all the dragon heads. Or the Drake heads, anyway. Alright. Two more chests. You could probably tell just by their coloration. Yep, they are mimics. And we'll use our last of our Lloyd's Talisman on you. It's 2 silver coins. There we go. The R2s on this side sword is just nice. Very nice. Alright, so 2 silver coins. I thought I heard footsteps. Yep. So 5 silver coins. Okay, I thought it was only 2. Silver coin of Night King Rendell. A coin made of silver with a portrait of the legendary Night King Rendell on its face. I think we fought, no, it's Ricard, never mind. I think it's someone else. No. Even coins of great value in the world of men have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Those who dream of returning to the outside world are fond of carrying these around. Night King Rendell. It might be the only place we actually hear about Rendell. I think. Alright. I'm going to chuck a firebomb at him just to get him to stand up. Really, that didn't trigger. Do I have to hit him directly with it? Oh wow. Because I'm afraid if I hit him, he's going to grab me. So. Ah. Sorry, Mimic, but we need your item. And he drops the gold coin. Gold coin of All-Father Lloyd. Made gold, All-Father Lloyd, and his white halo shown on its face. Even coins, great value, except soul's currency, those who drain, yeah. So we have Old Man McLoif, God of Medicine Drink, Night King Rendell, and All-Father Lloyd. Yeah, I heard about Lloyd from the talismans, the undead hunters. So I think he's the head of the Way of White. The Church of Gwyn, basically. Which I think he is Gwyn's uncle? Alright, I hear footsteps. He might be in that room. In that room. Oops. Thank you. Yeah. These guys can 3-tap us at our current stats. Yep. And there's Siegmeyer. Turn it a bit more, we can spot a Silver Knight. So I guess Siegmeyer's trapped. Again. Yeah, the Silver Knights are turning with it as they hear us. Okay. All right. Is there any other way to go? No. Coming from the stairs. Okay, yeah, this was the way forward. I don't think this door opens. Yeah, it's not open from the side. So we have to go this way. And I think there's a Silver Knight on the other side of this door. Yeah, he's right there. Just distract him a little bit. Your sword? Ah, I'm gonna have to farm for the sword. It is one of my favorite weapons. All right. Back the stairs. I think there should be another one on top. Over there. Yeah, there he is. Aim for the archer first. Oops, too soon. Thank you. Oh, Dragon Slayer arrows. Yeah, he drops Dragon Slayer arrows as well. Got my hopes up. You gonna give me a sword? Gimme, gimme. Yeah, parry or post the Silver Knights is probably the best way of dealing with them. Otherwise, it's a slog. A slog. Yeah, nothing behind the stairs. This door is now closed for some reason. And Siegmeyer, what's up?
Whatever can be done.
Thinking as always, huh? Sometimes a knight just has to throw themselves into danger without thinking.
Ah, you again. Let me guess. Were you repelled by the Silver Knights? Oh, don't be ashamed. 'Tis the fate of vanguards like you and I. I'll think of something. We can overcome this together.
Together.
This is quite a fix. We'll need another 3, no, maybe 5 bodies. Quite a fix indeed.
Oh, we don't need 3 or 5, just need me.
This is quite a... We'll need a...
Alright. Open the door. Yeah, there's a Silver Knight straight ahead. There's one over there, and there's another one on the left. Yeah, there is another one to the left, so just be very careful. You can aggro all 3 of them by accident if you're not careful. We're going to get them one at a time. Pluck the guys from a distance. Well, I'm actually going to try something. If it's still a one-hit kill, I'm going to keep my serpent ring so I can get the... There we go. I'm hoping it's a one-hit kill. Good. Yeah, we're keeping our serpent ring just to hopefully get the drop. Oh, he's right here. I thought he was on the left. Okay, he was on the right, not the left. I thought he was on the left. Huh. I thought I was over here, not over there. Okay. Room cleared. See out the window. Can't really see much except, the entrance where we came from. I'm all the way back there. Yep. All right, Siegmeyer, room is cleared. You're good to go.
Oh ho! What's on your mind, friend? Wait. You defeated those monsters? Fantastic. I'm saved. This Knight of Katarina hereby commends you. Take this as a token of my gratitude.
And the tiny being ring. Yeah, it's one of the rings you could have started the game with. Provides like 5% more HP. So this is the other way you get it.
But be warned, gallantry entails great risks. Next time, give me a chance to come up with a plan.
There's only one plan. Attack.
But be warned, next time.
Alright, so we helped him out. So he'll move on to his next spot. Don't forget the chest. It is curled away, so it's safe to open. 2 Demon Titanites. Yep. Here are the pictures on the wall. Yeah, I believe these are concept art for the game. Yep. It's a concept of Sen's Fortress, maybe. Yep, that's concept of Anor Londo. Gwyn's Keep. That's the entrance there. It's the sides. Another concept of Gwyn's Keep, maybe, or Anor Londo. Yep. So now we can open this door back into this hallway. Yep. Here's some more paintings. Although these are probably just stock images or just concept, or not really concept, but probably just custom portraits. Yep. That kind of reminds me of the Parthenon in Greece. A little ruined building on top of the hill. Flowers. Concept art of Guinevere. Amazing chest ahead. Okay. All right, so let's move forward. This will take us down here. Yep. I am probably going to get my pyromancy for that guy. Thinking real quick. Yeah, I'll run back to the bonfire, grab my pyromancies, and then come back. Because considering the tight space, we're trying to kill him as quick as we could, so I think pyromancy is the way to go. So that'll allow us to put another points into health. So I do want intelligence. I'll go with health. Grab Great Combustion. Okay. Slap on our pyromancy. We'll keep that. We'll change this out once we get to the the Titanite demon. Alright, so I'm going to kill some of these Silver Knights to potentially get the drops. I do want their weapons. Oh, he dropped it. What did he drop? Nice. He dropped his shield. Yes. Silver Knight shield, in my opinion, probably the best medium shield in the game. Yeah. Solid fire, solid lightning, and solid stability. It does upgrade with Twinkling Titanite, so. Yep. A flowing canal is carved deep into its face. Silver Knight stayed behind Anorlando to defend the illusory goddess, and his shields are blessed with her divine protection. Yep, illusory goddess. Yep. One of the Dark Moon rings talks about the illusion of Guinevere. Yeah. Created the illusion of a sister, Guinevere. Yep. We got the Tiny Bean ring. Ring grants powers large and small. Discovery and effective use can make one's journey easier. Yep. Yeah. The only downside with Silver Knight shield is that it doesn't have the same deflection as the Iron Shield. Yeah. So, other than that, this shield is probably the best. Yeah. It's also pretty cool. Alright, we'll stick to our Iron Shield for now. I will upgrade that to fight with Ornstein and Smo, because they do like using lightning attacks, and that has pretty good lightning negation, so might as well. Oh! Yes, I got it. The Silver Knight sword. I love this sword. It's also, again, it's also a Twinkling Titanite weapon, so it's really good out of the box. Yeah. Guard the city using this beautifully slender weapon. Its chain attacks, in which the wielder takes great advancing steps, makes use of his body weight to deadly effect in a single hit. Yep. It's a bit slower than other straight swords, but it has a bit longer reach, and it does a bit more poise damage. So, but this will be our weapon. Actually, we're gonna go upgrade right now. We're gonna slap that on. I don't care. I love this, the Silver Knight straight sword. Reinforce Silver Knight straight sword. There we go. +5. Because I wanna. Now we have our in-game weapon. Yeah, look at that. 353. Love it. Yep. It can still be buffed too, which is nice. That's why I love it. Oh, now let's check out our damage. Too soon. Come on. And that's without the Hornet Ring. Oh, I love it. I love it. Alright. Okay, so I think their spears are the ones that have Divine on it. Okay. But I love this weapon. Thank you for giving us our weapon. And then take on you. Even without the buff, it's still like 630. Jeez. And we got a spear. Oh my god. That's why you put on the gold Covenant's ring. Just for the drop rates. Silver Knight spear. Alright, where are you? Silver Knight spear. This one has a divine modifier to it, so it does extra damage to skeletons. using this beautifully slender weapon. The spear can be wielded by both hands in a focused thrust that uses one's body weight or swung in a large sweeping motion. Yeah. Very long reach. Yep. Very long reach. It is also a dex weapon, so it is probably... Well, we could use it anyway, but I don't know if I will. Now we got our straight sword. I love it. Alright, Titanite Demon. So we don't need this again. We will put on our magic get up. Okay. Alright, this is probably gonna hurt. So let's get it over with. Yeah. Yep, there's the multi-hit. Back off. Oh, there we go. That could have been a lot worse. Thank God for pyromancy. Alright. And he drops 2 demon titanites, and he does not respawn. So, yeah. Even though we're doing 500 a hit, it still took, what, 5 casts of Great Combustion? Jeez. Yeah, he is particularly strong. So we could put on our ninja flip ring back on. Okay. Alright, that could have been a lot worse. Good thing I switched over to pyromancy. Chug. And now we'll take care of this. The main hall. We have Royal Sentinels. Well, the game file calls them Royal Sentinels as well, but they're a lot more royal. They have the cape, and they can actually use miracles. Yep. They're a bit tougher. They can heal. They can do Wrath of Gods. Yep. So we're actually going to stick to the outside because there is a archer over there. See if I can get a spot on him. Yep, there he is. Yep, there's an archer, and there's Solaire. You can summon Solaire for Ornstein and Smo. So, we're gonna go take care of that archer, clear out this room, open the door, go through that. We could go this way. This eventually leads to the giant blacksmith, which we will meet. We just gotta clear out the Batwing demons in front of him. Alright, come on. Get off the stairs. Thank you. Some more arrows. We'll take them. Alright, so I don't want to aggro both of them. Yeah, you can feel the black eye or quivering. Alright, let's get over here. It's a buff. Yeah, he was about to do Wrath of Gods. But now that I have the straight sword, I love it. I love it. Let's actually open the door. Now let's Doors open. Now we'll clear this guy out, and we'll deal with the black eye orb. I love it. I love having an in-game weapon. Okay. Alright, so that way it's the Ornstein Smo. We're not going to do that today, unfortunately. I want to group them in with the next episode. Yeah, 'cause the episode's going to go on a bit longer, and I don't want to go on too long. Alright. Although, we might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But we got the message earlier. The black eye orb quivers. Yep, the black eye keeps constant watch on the city of the gods and Orlando. In fact, we can actually use it up here. So let me get our humanity on, just in case. Yep. So we use this to invade the world of the murderer. Try invading the world of the Firekeeper's killer? Why, yes. Well, actually, before we do that, let me get our bow on, because we are going to do some more cheese. Alright, now let's invade. World's guilty as a spirit of vengeance. Similar to the effect of the blue eye orb. Invaded the world of Nightlaw Trek, the guilty. Yep. And as long as you don't move from this spot, they won't move. So, in the earlier patches, you could lure them up on the stairs and get them to fall off to their deaths. But now they were patched to have constant fall control, so they don't take any fall damage. Yep. But again, as long as you don't move from the spot, you're good. Which means we are going to cheese. Cheese is little helpers, at least. Alright, so it's 2 per... or 1... 2. Okay. Now we're just going to sit here until they both die. We will fight Law Trek straight up, but we'll make it a one-on-one fight. There goes one. Yep, that guy actually has the red cloth set on that the sealers of New Londo are wearing. Yeah, I think in one of the item descriptions mentions 3 sealers. One stayed behind, one left to the Blight Town, and the third one, I don't think they was ever mentioned. But it's curious that Lautrec's little follower here has the red cloth set, as well as the tin banishment catalyst that the sealers are using. So could he have been the third sealer? Or could he have been the sealer's killer and took his stuff? Who knows? Who knows? All right. With Lautrec's followers down. Yep, now it's a one-on-one fight. Actually, we're going to put on the Hornet Ring, just to kind of show that the animations do change if you have the Hornet Ring on. All right. Yeah. So we in the remastered, you're actually allowed to use Estus Flask as a phantom. In the previous version, you couldn't. You couldn't use a flask if you were a phantom. If you were summoned, if you were invaded, I think, you couldn't use a flask. You could still use humanity to heal, but In the remastered, you can at least use half your flasks. So that's a nice little quality of life. All right. Shall we take on Lordran?
Well, look at you. I thought you were wiser. But I thought wrong. 'Tis a terrible pity. Like a moth flittering towards a flame. You fellows, no? Don't you agree?
All right. Thank you. Okay, I would expect to do that much damage. Jesus. Let me get a souvenir of reprisal. And the Lordran paid the price. God damn, I was not expecting to do that much damage. Yep. And by killing him, we get the Firekeeper Soul, the Ring of Favor Protection, and Humanity. Yep. You get the Ring of Favor Protection if you kill him. Even at back at Firelink, you get the ring from there. Yep. But yep. Do not use this Firekeeper Soul. This is Firekeeper Soul of the Ash Maiden. Firekeeper of Firelink Shrine. Yep. If humanity and hell within their bosoms below just a thin layer of skin. Yep. Was the Ash Maiden locked in this dark prison for some transgression, or by her own will? That is a good question. Because the Digi set has, blood by her skirt, like she was maimed. So, so far it's because of some transgression. So, but then it asks, or was it her own will? Well, we'll find out. Why am I heavy load all of a sudden? Is it because of the sword? It's probably because of the sword. Yep. Yeah, it's because of the sword. Okay. We're half a unit over our weight. There we go. Let's slap on that. Yep, here's Solaire. Not yet, buddy. Not yet. Alright, so we're going to go this way. So we're not going to go that way. We're going to go through the window. Be careful about here. Roll off. And this corpse has the Dragon Slayer Great Bow. Yep, so now we can pretend to be the Anorlando archers. Right. Hopefully we can get a nice plunge attack on them. Nice. Perfect. All right. It's not aggro. Let's open this door. There we go. Shortcut unlocked. Take on this guy. Oh, we also got a full Estus and magic refill from invading. Nice. Yeah, we're over limit. I love it. I love having a fully upgraded weapon. Oh, there's another one. Oh. Alright, come on. Ah, that's out of reach. down. Actually, we're going to put on our serpent ring just so we can hopefully get their drop. Cute. Nope. Not from him. Not from him. Anything back here? Nope. What about you? This should be a chunk. Titanite chunk. Nice. Nothing over here. Okay. Yeah, the regal sentinels in the hall there. They also drop the Titanite chunks. So it's probably the earliest you can get a farmable source of it. It is a rare drop. They're not too bad to kill. Not with the Silver Knight sword, but yeah, they can still be a butt pain. Here we have our BFG. The big heavy swings. And then it goes to the nice gentle taps.
Who are you? Forge your weapons?
Forge your weapons? Why, yes. What do you gotta say?
Talk, 'tis no good, but forge, very good. I help anytime.
I help anytime.
Talk, 'tis no good. No one home, everyone gone.
Yep, no one home, everyone gone. Yep, he's all here by himself. On his little stool, tapping away.
But you, friend, you talk. I no talk, but happy.
Yep, he's just happy to have someone talking to him.
But you, but happy.
Alright. Let's see. We can buy stuff from him. We can buy Titanite shards, large shards. He's the source of twinkling Titanite. He has an infinite supply of them, so if you want to reinforce twinkling Titanite weapons, this is where you want to do it. He sells the giant stuff. These we can farm these. He's got special arrows, moonlight arrows. Arrows granted to those bound by covenant to the dark sun Gwendolyn, Lord Gwyn's lastborn. Moonlight arrows glow silver and inflict magic damage. Yep. Pure magic. You can use these even if you're not in the covenant, so. So Dragon Slayer arrows, standard arrows, feather arrows. Probably start grabbing these. Got lightning bolts. Special bolts imbued with lightning, crafted by the giant blacksmith of Anor Londo. The giant blacksmith has never seen a crossbow, but remembers the specifications of the bolts requested by ancient warriors. So he's never seen a crossbow, but he knows how to make bolts. Alright. He sells giant armor. We'll buy it off of him. No, I won't be doing the giant dad, so it's no. I already invested points elsewhere, so it's not feasible. Alright. Anything else?
You are but.
Alright, so he does lightning infusion. Yep, straight out the box. Yeah, lightning removes scaling, but adds lightning damage. So, yep. Although that's pretty curious. Oh yeah, the plus 45 is Is it? Okay, I'm reading it a little weird. The blue numbers are when he changes it to lightning. The plus is, from the scaling. Yeah, that plus 45 is from our standard arrows. So, oops. Remove scaling but adds lightning. And this decreases stability but increases lightning negation. Alright. And here we can do the boss transmutations. This is where we trade in boss souls with weapons to get special weapons. Yep. Yeah, here we can use Soul of Quelaag to get our Fury Sword or the Chaos Blade. I wouldn't recommend the Chaos Blade. Well, it's powerful, but it does a damage on hit. You take a little bit of damage when you swing it around, so not for me, but it is powerful. Yeah, we train that for the Golemax. We don't have the strength for that. We can get the Moonlight Spear, the Pure Magic Spear. Maybe. You can also see the various souls coming up. Like Soul of Ortstein, you can make this Dragon Slayer spear. Yeah. And the Life Hunt Scythe. Yeah. Yep. Does pretty good bleed build up. It does 50% of the enemy's max HP and bleed damage, with exceptions. But it also does bleed build up on you, so you gotta be careful. But yeah, we can make the Dragon Bone Fist. 20 strength. Yeah, it doesn't tell us it doesn't give us item descriptions. Crystal Ring Spear, or the Crystal Ring Shield. Very good magic defense. Maybe use Sif Soul on a shield for the Great Shield of Artorias. Very, very good Great Shield. 88 stability right out of the box. Yeah. Alright, or we could make the Great Sword of Artorias. There's actually two different ones. Yep. From the Soul Sif. So we have the corrupted version, which is this one right here. And you can tell because it doesn't have any divine modifiers or magic damage. Yep. If it doesn't have magic damage or a divine modifier, then it's the corrupted version. Or the cursed version, I should say. Yeah, because this version of the Great Sword can damage the ghost in New Londo without having to use transient curse or be cursed yourself. It's one of those few cursed arms. But in order to get the true Sword of Artorias, you need either the Broken Sword or the Sword Hilt from the start of the game. So that's why I have this Broken Sword to +10. This one has a bit more requirements, 20 faith and 20 intelligence. The other one only required 18. Yeah. But this has magic damage and it has divine modifiers. So it's also the only weapon that'll do extra damage to enemies of the Abyss. So the Dark Wraiths, the Four Kings. I think it does like 20% more damage to the abyssal enemies. And so, yeah. It's the only one in the game that I know that does it. That at least I can find anyway. So we are going to pick this one up. Oh, I do want Quelaag's sword as well. Fury Sword. And I'm going to use one of my soul items. I think this should be big enough. There we go.
Hello, Forge, I can. Strong, I am.
I help anytime. Gonna grab Quelaag's Fury Sword. Thank you.
Cometh soon.
Cometh soon. Oh yeah. Alright. I think that's all I want from him for the time being. Yep. Yep. Great Sword of Artorias. Sword born from the soul of the great grey wolf Sith, guardian of the grave of the Abyss Walker Knight Artorias. Sir Artorias hunted the dark wraiths, and his sword strikes harder against dark servants. Yeah, oops. Yeah. Yep. Still at least show the moveset. Oh. And now I don't meet the physical requirement because it needs 24 strength and I only have 16. Then there's Quelaag's Fury Sword, a cursed sword born from the soul of Quelaag, daughter of the Witch of Izalith, who was transformed into a chaos demon. Like Quelaag's body, the sword features shells, spikes, and a coating of chaos flame. Power affected by wielder's humanity. Yep, the more humanity you have, up to I think 10 is the max. Yeah, anything beyond 10 doesn't give you any more, but yeah. Basically the sword that the Quelaag was using. But the unique thing about it is coats itself in fire. Yep. In fact, it's mostly fire damage. Yep. So it's a very, very powerful weapon in the hands of a dex build. Oh yeah, I love it. It has another kick animation. That's the kick animation. It's a slashing backstep. Oh yeah. Me like it a lot. How much does it take to upgrade?
Forced.
Ooh, 5,000 a pop. Jeez, that's 25,000 to fully upgrade. Definitely worth it though. Definitely worth it. All right. I'll probably do that between episodes. All right. We'll take the stairs. Well, no, we'll fight. Well, no, we'll take the stairs. Yes, there's nothing on the stairs, but I'm just going to show you that it pops out up at the top. There we go. Yep, we can actually see outside. Here we are, back in the keep. Okay. Do I really want to, though? Not really. Nah, not yet, not yet. Not yet. I said not yet. All right, and with that, I am actually going to call an episode. Yeah, I'll save those guys for next time. Because I want to upgrade this. I want to use this weapon against them. But it's probably best to upgrade it. So I need more souls. Which means I need to farm the Silver Knight some more times. So, yep. So, yeah, that's an episode. Yep. We did Gwyn's Keep. Or at least the rest of Anor Londo. Yep. Now, I started out by giving the souvenirs of reprisal to Gwendolyn, upgrading our Covenant rank to +1. He gave us the Dark Moon Talisman and the Blade of the Dark Moon Miracle as reward. Yep. Those two things you have to be in the Covenant in order to use. If you're not in the Covenant, you can't use them. Yep. So the Talisman is probably the best one in the game for faith. So being in the Covenant is probably pretty good. Probably a pretty good idea. Then after that, we came up to the keep. Yep. The bridge up. Took on the two sentinels outside. Took out the Batwing demons. Yep. And then I was foolishly enough, or I wasn't foolish enough, but I believe the arrows would have, for some reason, we attracted the attention of one of the archers through a wall. He launched an arrow through a wall. I was expecting it to get hit, for it to hit like a collision box on the side of the buttress we were standing on. But no, it did not. It hit us, knocked us off, and we died. Yep. The Anne Orlando archers. So, we came back with hidden body. Yep. Crossed the buttress, took care of the little Batwing demons down below, stuffed ourselves in a corner outside their range, and poisoned them to death. Yep. Used the fact that poison arrows still apply poison, even though it doesn't do any damage at long range. So one application of poison was enough to kill them. Took care of both the Anne Orlando archers, and that was freed us to go up, grab the hero soul, and drop into the keep. Yep. So now first things first was open the door to the bonfire, where we met Solaire of Astora. He was a very flirtatious, I can't pronounce it. Flirtatious. He was flirting with us, basically. Yep. Kindled the bonfire all the way. And then we methodically cleared room by room of all the Silver Knights. Showed off the little shortcut through the keep. Yeah, you just got to jump from the staircase, jump over the ledge to the second level, where you can open up the shortcut door and come into this little main hall. So, open the shortcut door, took the other knights, and then continued on through the keep as normal, quote, quote. Up the stairs, some more Silver Knights through a door. Took a peek at the Tie-Night Demon in the room. And, actually, before we went upstairs, we found the little hidden room opposite the shortcut room. Yeah, there's a illusory wall in the fireplace. Went down to a dark room where we grabbed Havel's set, his armor set, his shield, and the dragon tooth. Yep. And in there was a mimic, which held the occult club. Yep, an occult club here in Anne Orlando. Yes, it is that quiet in here. I was thinking there might be like background music, but nope, there's none here. So, yep, found the occult club. Then we went up the stairs. Fought some more mimics. Yep, some more Silver Knights. Yep, found our way to the rooftop. Some more Silver Knights. Went down one way where we encountered Siegmeyer. You seemingly was kind of trapped in a little room because he was cornered by not one, not two, but 3 Silver Knights. So he was like in a little conundrum trying to come up with a plan, but we cleared him out for him. And in exchange, he gave us the Tiny Being Ring, a little ring that gives us 5% more HP. Like, okay. Just to let you know, at 1,000 health, that is 50 HP. Or is it? No. Yeah. 1,000 health, it's 50 HP. So, yeah, it's not a lot. So, there was also a chest with Demon Titanite in that room with the 3 Silver Knights. Yep. Opened up that door. Went back to the roof. Continues forward. Where we then kind of backtracked back to the bonfire to grab our pyromancies for the Titanite Demon. And on the way back, the Silver Knights were kind enough to drop their shield and their weapons. Yep, both the Silver Knight shield, Silver Knight straight sword, and the Silver Knight spear. So we got pretty lucky in that one run back. It's like, wow. Yep, and then we went to the room with the Titanite Demon. Well, actually, I ran back to the bonfire after getting the straight sword, fully upgraded it, because it's our go-to weapon from here on out. Yeah, I love it. But ran back to the Titanite Demon, used our Pyromancy Flame to take him out. Do not play around with him. It's a small room. He hits hard. He has a lot of health. Yeah, even with the upgraded Pyromancy Flame, Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring, Dust Crown, maxed Pyromancy Flame, it took like 5 great combustions just to kill him, hitting him for like almost like a little more than 500 apiece. So yeah, he has a lot of health. He's also really strong. Probably could have either one tapped us or two tapped us really quickly. So, yep, but we did beat him, grab his demon Titanite, and made our way to this room. Yep. First order of business was to go around the top, take care of the archer, took care of the 2 royal sentinels, or the regal sentinels, I'll call them. Yeah, because they have the fancy cloth over their armor. They can use miracles as well. Yeah, they can do Wrath of the Gods, and they can heal. So, yep. And after take care of them, we did our little invasion. Yep. We used the Black Eye Orb because it quivered when we got down the stairs. So we used that to invade the world of the guilty. To Night Trek. Yep. Yep. And as long as you don't move, they won't aggro. So you can just kind of sit from a distance and poison. Yep. Use poison arrows to poison them. So we did that to Lautrec's little followers. Yep, and then we took on Lautrec himself, mano a mano. And I took my time for him to finish his dialogue, and then we just parry riposted his butt with the Hornet Ring, with the Silver Knight sword, but with a greater magic weapon. Yeah, it was a one hit. It's like, dang, I was not expecting it to do that much damage in one go. It did over 1,000. It's like, wow. But yep, killed him, came back, got the Firekeeper's soul, who was actually Anastasia. Her name is Anastasia. That's the Firekeeper name at the Firelink Shrine. Got her soul, the Ring of Favor and Protection, and 5 humanity. And apparently it also refilled our spells and our flasks, so that's nice. Yep. And then after that, we went back up through the broken window, grabbed the Dragon Slayer great bow, dropped down on the Batwing demons, cleared them out, grabbed a Titanite chunk, and then we met our BFG. Yep, our big friendly giants. Yep. We bought the giant armor from him. Got Quayloc's Fury Sword from our scimitar, and the true sword of Artorias from the broken sword. Yep. So, yeah, the giant blacksmith is our source of twinkling titanite for now. Yeah, because he sells an unlimited amount. They are expensive, 8,000 a pop, but it is the only reliable source we have right now. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do some more item farming or soul farming to get some more twinkling titanites, upgrade some weapons, upgrade some armors, maybe pad our levels a little bit more. Yep. Yeah, and that was it. Yep, that's all we did. The rest of Gwyn, or rest of Anno Londo and Gwyn's Keep here. Yep. It has a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. It's a very, very good place to be. Yep, and then next episode, we'll take on Ornstein and Smo. Yep, the Bruiser brothers of Dark Souls. Yep. I will kill Smo first and then Ornstein last. Yeah, because Ornstein has a special drop if you kill him last. Also, I want his armor set. His armor set you can only get if you kill him last. So we're gonna kill Smo first, Ornstein last. But then we'll meet Guinevere. We'll head back. We could probably go back to Nidus because she has some dialogue. We'll go back to Firelink. Talk to Frampt. Talk with everyone else down there. Trying to think what else. And that probably will be it for next episode. Not gonna be terribly long, but then we could probably finish off Anno Londo at that point. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. No, that actually would be a good idea. Never mind. Okay, so we'll probably finish off Anno Londo next episode. Then we'll go and talk. We'll talk to them first. Then finish off Anno Londo. Then go down to Firelink and do talking down there. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. All right, but that will be for another episode. And I thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time.